It goes back to my earliest memories. I always play games. I was a massive game player as a kid, whether it was with my brothers, where I would thrash them, with my parents. We used to play Monopoly, Cluedo. But I was also very fortunate growing up in Manchester in a cul-de-sac where there were lots of other houses that people had children. And so after dinner, our parents would turn us out onto the street and we would all play games together, whether it was ball games or whether it was hide and seek type games. And so I just remember a very lovely childhood growing up where games were an important part, because actually they were very much an important part of the social fabric of what my little community in the street that I lived in did almost every day. And then when I got a little bit older, when I was probably about 12, then the world of actual digital games came out, and one of my friends who lived across the road had an Atari. And so welcome to the world of Pac-Man and Pong, and one of our favourites that we used to spend hours together, me and my friends, was on this mousetrap-like game that we loved, and it was just great fun to hang with people quite effortlessly, chatting as you did it, enjoying ourselves. So I've continued to be a gamer as I've got older. I've now got 4 children, and actually games is a really important part of our family. We play games together, whether it be board games. We've still got all the games that I played as a kid, but we also enjoy digital games together. The boys love to play FIFA. And then by myself, I love playing games on my phone. So it might not be very well known, or some people know that I'm obsessive Candy Crush fan. I looked it up, and it'll be out of date by the time you watch this, but I'm on level 2021 of the main game and 1900 of the second game, and I love it. When I think about the gaming industry and I think about games, there definitely isn't enough diversity, either in the industry and therefore within the games that are created within the industry. And with my very small sample of a daughter and 3 sons, the plethora of titles across so many different areas that the boys had and could enjoy, whether it's sport, whether it's adventure, whether it was thriller, whether it was derivative of books or films that they liked, was immense. It's huge. And when I think about Gabby, there was very little that was created. And so naturally, I think what happens is girls get turned off because the industry said, this is not for you. The gaming industry is only creating things by half the population, for half the population. Actually, there's a real business case to be made as to why this matters, why this is important, because there's a huge plethora of people, women out there, that could be contributing to the industry, but also a load of women out there that just want to get on and play some good old games. I was very lucky in my previous job at the agency Karmarama, where we worked with Nintendo. And Nintendo at the time had the most inspirational CMO, a lady called Dawn Payne. And she was making groundbreaking work for the Nintendo consoles when they were launching the Wii. And she was renowned within the industry, not only because she was brilliant at her job, but actually because she was one of the very few senior women within the computer games industry. What I loved about Dawn was she was a role model for other women to say, you can do this, you can go out there and you can be one of the most senior. Where there are women in senior positions, we need to celebrate them. And I think they need to stand up and say to other women that are thinking of getting into the industry, this is an industry for you. And it's a really exciting industry as well. It's a future-proofing industry. There's so many different skill sets, whether it's from engineering to design to marketing to sales, so many different areas. If my daughter were to say to me, Mum, I really want to work in the games industry, I'd say, yes, brilliant. And the reason I'd say that is I look around Facebook and so many of our top engineers actually started their passion for coding through gaming. And they did gaming as kids and it got them interested in what lay behind it. They learnt about coding and now they go on and they've got fantastic careers. Sometimes people talk about the fact that being a gamer isn't female friendly or perhaps isn't cool. Do you know what? I'm very proud to be a gamer.